Hello, I'm Shane Willis.
And I'm Emily Myrie, and we're going to be talking about 4-H Wagon Train today. So, 4-H Wagon Train is an 8-day event planned for July 13th through 20th of 2013. This year, we're headed to the Barlow Road. We typically have between 75 and 125 participants. And we are divided into wagon families. Each family has duties that are done each day. We hike, ride an equine, or drive a wagon each day from Saturday through Tuesday. Wednesday is layover day, where we take a break, invite family and friends to join us for the day at a predetermined location, play games, wash and shower, do crafts, and have presentations. Then, on Thursday through Friday, we are on the trail again. Saturday, we finish the trek, clean up, and head home. Each night, we set up camp and have family circle, in which we give awards, make announcements, sing songs, and tell stories. Early in the morning, we break camp and head out on the trail again towards the next campsite.
The 4-H Wagon Train has been going for over 30 years and has touched many lives. Because we have the support of 4-H, registration for the program is through the OSU Extension Service. Each participant or pioneer registers as either a youth member or an adult leader. We follow the 4-H guidelines for how we work, learn, play, and conduct ourselves at the general meetings during the year. The tune-up trek in June and the wagon train trek in July, which is 8 days. Attendance at a minimum of 3 general meetings is required to prepare everyone for the trek. Information regarding the trail, pre-trek prep activities, volunteer workload, health, and safety issues is provided. It also serves to help you to get to know the other pioneers. These meetings are necessary to ensure the July trek is a positive experience for all of us.
The 4-H Wagon Train is made up of volunteer adult leaders and 4-H youth members who head up committees or teams that plan, lead, and make decisions during the year to prepare for the wagon train. Each adult committee leader has a junior who works with and assists the adult with their position during the year and most importantly during the trip. Each year we have a Juniors Day where the kids lead all of the activities for that day and make all the decisions. We are open to all kids and adults eligible for 4-H enrollment. All adults will be registered 4-H leaders to participate. We welcome hikers, equestrians, horses, mules, donkeys to support personnel, and of course, wagons. We provide all food and water. Meals are cooked by the camp cook and the youth. We bring the certified weed-free hay. We provide rolling restrooms, which we call biffies. You bring yourself, your personal gear, packing list provided, your horse or a great pair of hiking boots, and most importantly, a good attitude with a willingness to learn, work together, and have an amazing experience in the wilderness.
This is a working wagon train, and you are expected to prepare yourself and or your animal physically for the 7 to 12 mile hikes we will be on each day of the trek. 4-H Wagon Train provides meals for the week, but you will be asked to help serve, clean up, and prepare lunches as part of your role as a pioneer. Pioneer attire is encouraged during the trip, especially on layover day. While the trek is a fun and learning experience, long, hot days can be expected. There are times when chores have to be done, things break and have to be fixed, and trails must be cleared. However, just like on every other wagon train that ever reached its destination, successful cooperation and problem solving pulled them along. 4-H Wagon Train is no different. We will attempt to prepare you for some stressful situations that might come up and provide opportunities for problem solving and personal growth. So now we will have Delaney and Savannah ask some questions to the adult leaders.
Hi, I'm Savannah Wyron, and this is
Delaney Willis.
And you guys are?
I'm Lee Wyron.
And I'm Travis Willis.
And we have some questions for you today. Well, our first question is, what is your favorite thing about Wagon Train?
For me, my favorite thing is all the new, fantastic and interesting friends I make every single year on the trip.
For me, I love all the hiking. I'm a big hiking fan, and I love the trails we go on and the different scenery we get to see every day.
What's your typical day on Wagon Train?
A typical day on Wagon Train for me is I'm the scout. So I get up with everybody else, get going on my day, have my breakfast, and then saddle my horse and get ready to lead the wagon train out. And then I travel out in front of the wagon train and make sure that we get to where we're going each and every day and get there all safe and sound.
My typical day on Wagon Train consists of helping my family pack up camp, help prepare breakfast, make sure our lunches are on our wagon, and doing our hike however many miles that is for the day. And since I'm the photographer, I'm out taking pictures of the scenery and all the participants.
What is your job on Wagon Train?
Well, as I said, my job is a photographer, and I usually am the adult family leader for our family. Every family has a leader and a junior assistant that will help them make sure their family does their chores and get all the news related to Wagon Train for the day.
My job as scout is I actually lay out the route that we'll travel, and I work with the Forest Service or the Sheriff's Department or other agencies that we may need to coordinate with to travel the great distance that we normally do. I secure our permits and make sure that we're always in a good, workable, safe environment.
Where do we sleep on Wagon Train?
Well, that's a good question. We sleep on the ground on mats that we put out. Every family has a great big tarp, and we have tarps to cover us in case of rain. But we find the best flat spot with no rocks that we can, and you sleep right under the stars.
Well, I don't know about you, Lee, but I sleep on a cot because I am not sleeping on any rocks.
It's personal preference whether you take a cot or not.
So how do we make our food on Wagon Train?
Well, we have a great cook who is works at Sherry's restaurant, and he does all of our cooking with the assistance from Wagon Train participants, whether it's youth or adults who decide to spend time helping the cook in the kitchen with the preparations, peeling potatoes and carrots, and helping the minor preparations for food. And our cook gets everything organized. And we have family chores where one family will help serve each meal during the day, and other families will help with the dish cleanup.
Wagon Train's lucky to have a lot of different equipment, one of which is actual cook shack, which is a big commercial kitchen that's on a trailer that has a commercial stove and oven and refrigerators and freezers and everything that we need. So our meals actually get cooked in kind of a regular kitchen.
Where do we get our water?
We get our water from the back of a pickup truck. Well, actually, we have several very large water tanks that we take with us in different support vehicles each year, and those provide the water for us in each of our campsites. And we have water on the cook shack and water at other locations.
Who can go on Wagon Train?
Well, anybody who has completed the 4th grade or is 11 years old, 10 years old or older can go on Wagon Train as long as you meet the requirements, pass your background check, and have the willingness to participate in a group setting and be an adult 4-H leader, can sign up and go on Wagon Train.
We have participants, as you guys know, from age 10 to, I don't know, how old's Larry? 80, 90, 100?
120.
120?
Do we have to be a horse person to go on Wagon Train?
Not at all. We have walkers and equine people. We have several, about 30 or 40 equine people.
About 30.
And we have anywhere from 40 to 60 walkers, and we have half a dozen wagon drivers. And for those who are walking and get tired on the trail, can hop up and ride if there's room in a wagon for part of the trail during the day.
We also welcome people to be on support, people who like to do the trip but maybe are physically unable to do the hard miles every single day. And they generally are very helpful around camp, helping with grocery runs, water runs, picking up water for us, and just helping to move us and our camps and all of our equipment.
So how do you move your equipment from camp to camp?
Well, we have a support team with a crew, and they have large trucks that move the cook shack, and we also have a very big semi truck that stores all the gear. And every day the support crew loads that up after we've packed up our own tarp and our own personal gear. And they load that up and take it to the next campsite where the group hikes to meet them.
In other words, Ted, Larry, Elmer, Jerry, all the support guys.
Do you meet during the rest of the year?
Yeah. Starting in January will be our first meeting, and then we meet every month after that and try to get in enough meetings so that everybody has a chance to prepare.
Can you guys tell us about one time where you've truly felt like a pioneer?
Just one?
More, if you have to.
There have been several days where I felt like a true pioneer. We have had terrible nights full of rain and wind, had to get up at the crack of dawn, make sure that our stuff is packed up and stowed away. And we've taken, I think the longest day I've had is a 16-mile hike. And it was a long and strenuous hike, but it was enjoyable at the end of the day because it was a memory to talk about. But there, pioneers hiked that long, and we've had a couple days that long during the years I've done Wagon Train, and all the arduous hiking up and down the hills through good weather and bad, makes you feel like a pioneer.
I felt like a pioneer this year when it rained suddenly about 2 a.m.
What can youth gain from Wagon Train?
Youth can gain a lot from Wagon Train. Not only do you make several wonderful friends, as you guys have all met each other over the years and become friends, but you can gain skills. We encourage kids to become youth leaders and follow their adult counterpart around to learn the skills to be the next wagon master, to be the next scout, to be the next chef, to be on spirit and help people sing songs. There's skills that you can learn. All the adult leaders and volunteers have skills such as myself, who teach kids photography when they want to learn it. There's some skills with knots and rope tying. There's equine skills that you learn from the people that are riding horses. So there's a lot to be gained from joining Wagon Train.
I think kids tend to learn self-confidence because on the trip they're asked to do things that they wouldn't normally do around the house or do at home. And it gives them a chance to show some independence and ability to really become young adults and take responsibility for certain things. Each year we let the kids run the show for a day or two, and that's a big responsibility because the kids now become responsible for all the participants and getting us from where we need to go each and every day.
How does Wagon Train compare to a summer camp?
Wagon Train compared to a summer camp is no comparison at all.
We're way better.
We're way better and less expensive. Your typical summer camps can run anywhere between $600 and $800. Our fees are usually $200. $200 for a week.
A whole week, and we feed you.
We feed you. You get great food, and you meet a lot of great friends, and there's a lot of great scenery, and the experiences are wonderful, and we're just better. You get to play with horses too.
Yeah, and summer camp, you just stay in one camp. We go someplace new every single day, and we get to swim in creeks, go and play in the lakes, and see stuff that you don't normally get to see at a camp.
We bring back memories such as last year where we crossed over the Cascades, where the actual Wagon Train pioneers did back in the old days. Not many summer camps can come back and say that they relived part of history.
Not many summer camps cover 78 miles.
It's true.
What do you need on Wagon Train?
You need all kinds of gear, but there's a limit. We need, your typical clothing, good hiking shoes or boots, plenty of good dry socks, swimming gear for the times we do get to go swimming, water moccasins for when we ford creeks and rivers. You need a good attitude, willingness to learn, You know, bring a lot of patience for the new people you'll meet. You know, the want to make a lot of friends. There's not much else you need on Wagon Train.
No, and we provide a list of information. That's part of the reason for having the meetings during the year, is to help you prepare. And so we give you a list of the bare minimum that you need to be able to bring. And most likely you probably have about everything you need right now, because the biggest thing is, as Lee said, a good attitude. A good attitude will get you really far.
Okay. Well, for our last question, we are wanting to know if you guys know how Wagon Train started.
Wagon Train started in 1982, and I can't remember the fellow's name.
Lyle Spiechart.
Yeah, Lyle Spiechart started Wagon Train. He was part of,
He was actually the 4-H coordinator for Washington County.
and they challenged him to find a way to bring adult and youth programs and combine them into one cohesive unit. And his dad, who owned wagons and horses, and Lyle came up with the idea for an adult youth wagon group that would travel from one spot to another and retrace the steps of pioneers. And they signed up with 102 people in the very first year, and they went from Hillsboro
The fairgrounds.
at the fairgrounds all the way down to
Canida.
Canida in Central
About
Oregon.
122 miles.
And they did not have the luxuries that we have on Wagon Train today.
No cook shack.
Yeah, no cook shack, no
No
support
biffies.
wagons, no biffies. And they traveled a lot of miles, and they traversed a lot of difficult terrain back in 82.
One of the nice things about the 4-H Wagon Train program is it's available to whole family units, which a lot of other 4-H groups are really geared towards just the kids. And our group is really designed to bring in parents and grandparents. We have a lot of grandparents who participate, and plus the kids. And the other thing is that's a little bit different is we're not really competitive in nature, whereas some of the other, especially equestrian programs in 4-H are geared towards showing and competing. We're about getting along and figuring out how to manage all together and not really compete with one another.
Nice.
Going this year? Well, this year we're going on the Barlow Road. The Barlow Road was one of the original routes used by early pioneers to get into the Oregon Territory, and it's going to be on the east side this year of Mount Hood, and we're going to work that section of the trail that was instrumental in opening up the Oregon Territory.
What is your favorite thing about Wagon Train, Savannah?
My favorite thing has to be meeting new people and seeing old friends that I have already met.
How about you, Delaney? What was your favorite thing? It was your first year this year.
My favorite thing was getting the experience of what it feels like to do Wagon Train and feel what like the old pioneers did, and getting to meet new friends.
Okay. Emily, what is your favorite thing?
Let's go to where people can find us. You can find our group page on Facebook. I don't have the exact web address, but if you go into
Facebook and
facebook.com/4H Wagon Train. So if you go to that site, you can find our webpage there and like us on Facebook, and you can get all kinds of news and information about our meetings, our schedule, and talk to other group members if you want to.
you can also go to the OSU website for 4-H. OSU is who manages 4-H for the state, and we have a link there that also has our schedule and contact info and even a video.
And if you need to email Wagon Train, you can email info@4hwagontrain.org. How about you guys? What do you like about Wagon Train the most?
I like just getting out of the house, not having any stresses that you would at home. I like getting out and meeting new people, and the food on Wagon Train is really great. I think we have a very great cook. We are very fortunate to have him. How about you, Emily?
Well, Wagon Train is like the highlight of my year. I absolutely love going on it, and probably like a lot of you guys said, I really like meeting people. Like, it's an amazing experience because the people on Wagon Train, you get to know them so well. It's like you gain a whole new family, and the people I've met, I've made some new friends that I'm still really good friends with, and it's nothing like any other camp you'll go to because you get to know people in such a close way, living together 24/7 for like a week.
And how do you feel about your experiences in youth leadership?
Well, it's been really fun to be able to actually like feel like I'm leading the group. A lot of things kids aren't actually in a position where they get to like lead where the group goes and actually make important decisions. But on Wagon Train, on junior day, we actually have a chance to run the whole thing. The kids are in all the important positions. They get to like make decisions on the trail and in camp and about everything we do. So yeah.
So when is our first meeting?
Our first meeting will be January 19th, 2013.
Okay.
And it will be at the Washington County Public Services Building at 4 p.m.
Okay. It's good to know. Well, I'm Savannah Myron,
And I'm Delaney Willis.
and you guys are,
I'm Lee Wired.
And I'm Travis Willis.
and that's our show.